Hello. Today I will discuss the Dallas Mavericks case study and how their team management philosophies and player evaluation methods can be applied to organizations and the workplace. Within the case study, there was much discussion about how the owner, Mark Cuban, was able to lead a shift toward more objective and effective player evaluations. In reading the case study, I thought that there were three main takeaways about the methods that they implemented within their organization. The first main takeaway is that their evaluations were intended to be objective. Now, this is very important for organizations because it helps to create a level of credibility, and then objectivity also helps to correlate with fairness. Because if one player is being favored over another, then it kind of leads to dissonance within the team. The second main takeaway is that although objectivity was very important to the team and the organization, they realized that stats were not the only factor that they should take into account, and that they really needed to view each player and their contribution holistically. And then the last key takeaway was that each player and their effectiveness was measured by the impact that they had on the team as a whole and not just their performance in a vacuum. So although the whole case study was all about the Mavericks and their player evaluation system, I think that the important cornerstones of their player evaluation model can be applied to business and teach us important lessons about how to conduct employee performance evaluations. So I really feel that the cornerstones of the Mavericks player evaluation model can provide us with three overarching theories about conducting performance evaluations that can be narrowly tailored for each specific business. The first important lesson is that companies need to set very clear expectations with their employees from the very start, and then they also need to be very transparent about the process that they are going to follow in conducting the performance evaluations. The second important lesson is that the companies need to find very objective and measurable factors to evaluate all of their employees on. So these factors can include the certain employees' impact on sales or the level of customer service that they are able to provide. And this way, this will give employees a very measurable sense of their performance, and then they will have a baseline for improvement in the future. And then the last important lesson that the Mavericks case study teaches us is that it's important to be able to evaluate your employees and how they function as members of a team. Because you may be in a scenario where you have to make a firing decision, and you might have two highly similar candidates on paper, but one may be able to make a much greater contribution as a member of a team than the other, and one may be a lot more cooperative than the other when working with other employees. And by being able to examine how they work as members of a team, you can really see where the value lies among all of your employees. So in conclusion, I have discussed how the Mavericks were able to lead a shift in changing the method for player evaluation, and how they moved toward more objective and holistic views of their players and how they function as members of a team. And all of these concepts about their player evaluation methods can be applied to business scenarios. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a great day.